Assalamu alaikum. Hello, grade 5. Today we are going to continue our math lessons, and today's lesson is representing data by the histogram and the frequency polygon. Let's take the histogram at the beginning. What is the histogram? A histogram is a way to represent data that uses vertical columns to show frequencies. Frequencies. What is the meaning of frequencies? Frequencies means how many times each score occurs. To understand this part more, we need an example, of course. The following table shows the frequency distributions of the marks of 40 pupils in a mathematics examination. We have here sets and we have frequency. Do you remember from the last video or from the last lesson we learned how to make these sets? Today we are going to represent it. How to represent it by using a histogram, just like this. If we have it here is our table. The set starts from 10 or more, 20 or more, 30 or more, 40 or more, 50 or more, and the total here is 40 students. So what we are going to use a graph notebook, and we will use a horizontal ray to represent the sets here, and to represent the frequency we will use a vertical ray. As you see here, like this for the sets, and a vertical one for the frequency. After that, we are going to put every set in its suitable place. What are those places? Remember, when we are going to put any numbers or any sets, we are going to start with those bold lines, not the very thin lines. We don't need it for now. We are going to represent this as 0. Here is a 0, 1, we don't use it. And here is the first set for the 10. Here is for the 20, for the 30, for the 40, for the 50. And because we are saying 50 or more, we are going to use the 62. Here it is, like this. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, or 60. What about the vertical ray? We are going to represent by those numbers. What are the suitable way to represent these numbers? If you have a big notebook, the biggest frequency here is 12, so you can move on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until 12, but there's no problem. But if you have a small one like mine here, we are going to have to move on by every two numbers, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. Where to put them? Also on the bold lines. Our bold lines, not the thin lines. This 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Like this, our graph is ready to work. First, set 10 or more. Its frequency is 5, which means we are going to move on from 10 till 5. Where is the 5 here? Here we are going to use the thin lines between the 4 and 6. The little bold one in the middle here represents the 5. 2, here is the 3, 4, here is a 5 in the middle between 4 and 6. 6, here is a 7 between the 6 and 8. 8, here is a 9 between the 8 and 10. Where to represent it? Here in the bold line in the middle. If you can't see it, you can count 5 and it's going to be the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's supposed to be here. See it? And draw a line in this place. Then close this line like this to the next bold one. Like this, we finish the first set. We are searching for the second. 20 or more for 7. So we are going to move until the 7 here, the middle, and close it. Like this to the next bold or the next interval or the next set that we have. 30 or more, 12. Move until 12 and close it. 40 is 9. We are going to move until 9, but we have a little problem here. We need to close this till 12. So we are going to close it first. Then, while we are closing the 40 set, we are going to start closing from here, from the 9. What about the 50? 50 with the 7. So we are going to move until the 7, but don't forget to close till the 9. Here it is. Move till the 9, and when you close it, you are going to close it from the 7. Here it is, and the other line. Here, we drew a histogram to represent the data in this table. Second way is representing data by the frequency polygon. What is the frequency polygon? A frequency polygon is a graph in the form of a broken line. To understand it, we need to draw it. We have the same question here by the same fits and the same frequency. How to draw a frequency polygon? First step, draw a histogram. Exactly like what we did in the previous part, we are going to draw the histogram. After this, determine the midpoints of the top of the pores of the histogram. Where is the midpoint? It is a thin line in the middle here, or the bold line in the middle. This is going to be the place for the midpoint of the first interval. Here it is. And this is going to be the midpoint for the second one. You can see it in your graph notebook. It's going to be more clear. And here for the third one, and for the fourth one, and for the fifth one. How to determine it? If you can't see the bold line in the middle, you can count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the fifth one, here it is. What is the third step? Join each two consecutive points with a line segment. Like this. From here to here with a line segment by using your ruler, of course. From here to here, here, and here. Like this, we represent the data by a frequency polygon. That's easy. But the frequency polygon has another way to solve it. Or another solution by using the same graph by the same steps. If we have the same question, we are going to find the center of each interval. In this time, we are not going to use the histogram. We don't need to draw the histogram. We just need to find the center of each interval. How to find it? Here is the rule. Center of the first interval means 10 plus 20 over 2. The first one, and the second one, and divided by 2. Will give me 15, which means we are going to represent here 10, 20, and here is a 15. Center of the second interval, 20 plus 30 over 2, 25. 20, 30, and the 25 is in the middle. After finding all the centers of all the intervals that we have, we are going to put it in a table like this. Center of interval, 15, 25, 35, 45, and 55. And the frequency of each one, 5, 7, 12, 9, and 7. Which means from the 15 here, we are going to move until 5 and make a point. And from 25, we are going to move till 7 and make a point. 35 here in the middle, make a point to 12. 45, make a point to 9. And 55, make a point to 7. After this, we are going to join each two consecutive points with a line segment. Like this, here, and here. Like this, we represent the data by the frequency polygon without using the histogram. Here is the end of our videos for today. Thanks for watching grade 5. I hope you are enjoying our videos. See you next time, dears.